5. We emphasize the binding nature of all the resolutions and the implications associated with non-compliance under international law. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Sierra Leone for the statement. I now give the floor to the representative of Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to extend my gratitude to the Secretary General for his report and to Mr. Wennesland for his briefing. Once again, we convene to address the situation in the occupied Palestinian territories, nearly 9 months after the Israeli occupying power initiated its senseless aggression against the defenseless Palestinian people. There is no need to reiterate the figures. The humanitarian situation in Gaza, already catastrophic, has further deteriorated. People are dying from starvation. They are dying from hungers in Gaza. This is the cruel reality. The culprit is well known: the Israeli occupying power that must be held accountable for this devastation. Mrs. Nevi Pillay, chair of the Commission of Inquiry on the occupying Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem, has stated, and I quote, "The Commission concluded that Israeli authorities were responsible for war crime against humanity, using starvation as a method of war, forcible transfer, and cruel and inhuman treatment." End of quote. The objective of this barbarity is clear: a second Nakba. Yes, the occupying power aimed to destroy Gaza and displace its population. An Israeli minister, has even stated, "We do not have an interest in governing the people of Gaza, but also we cannot live near a state of human animals." We echo the Secretary General warning against the risk of further escalation in the region. The risk of a Middle East conflict widening is real now. It must be avoided. Continued violence serves no one's interest. Mr. President, while the situation in Gaza is catastrophic, the Secretary General's report clearly indicates that conditions in the West Bank are not better. In this regard, I would like to highlight the following points. First, the situation in the West Bank will deteriorate further if the occupying power does not cease its policy of terror, of expansion, of settlement. We call for full compliance with Resolution 2334. Security Council resolutions are binding and must be implemented. And our meeting today is supposed to monitor the very implementation of this resolution and also to draw the conclusion. Second, settler terror have reached an unprecedented level, often perpetrated under the protection of the Israeli Defense Forces, who, under the international humanitarian law, have the obligation to protect the Palestinian civilians. We demand accountability for the perpetrator of this act of terror. Third, provocation by settlers in Al-Quds Sharif and at Al-Aqsa Mosque will definitely fuel tensions and risk further escalation. We condemn this repeated provocative assault on the holy sites and reaffirm that the entire area of Al-Aqsa Mosque is an exclusive Muslim place of worship. The historic and legal status of the holy site must be respected. Fourth, the Palestinian Authority should be empowered to assume its responsibilities. We condemn the occupying authority decision to suspend the transfer of clearance revenues collected on behalf of the Palestinians. These revenues belong to the Palestinians and are not a charity from the Israeli occupying power. They must be released without delay. Fifth, if those violations have occurred elsewhere, sanctions, yes, sanctions would have already been imposed. We, therefore, demand sanctions against the occupying power for non-compliance with Security Council resolution, including Resolution 2334. In conclusion, Mr. President, those who can believe that they can uproot the Palestinians from their land by force are mistaken. The Israeli occupying power plans will ultimately fall, not because of international intervention or in change in the Israeli behavior, but because the Palestinian, the people of Palestine, have learned from the Nakba of their ancestor. They will not leave their homeland. They will continue their struggle until they fully enjoy their right, including the right of self-determination and the establishment of their state with Al-Quds Sharif as a capital. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Algeria for the statement. I shall now make